Hi, my name is Mary. Today FM plays the best music in Lambasa. Today FM rocks.
My name is Thomas. I'm here in Nakasi and I like to listen to Today FM because it rocks.
My name is Milenia. Today FM rocks here in Singatoka.
My name is Alfriti and Today FM rocks here in Tavua.
My name is Mary Jane. I love listening to Today FM here in Ba. Today FM rocks.
My name is Ilaiti Ambal and I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
In the news tonight, President sends strong message to MPs. Dr. Chico Luveni reappointed Speaker of the House. And Rambuka back in Parliament after 31 years.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Jackie Spate.
Race baiting appeals to ethnic identity, and any efforts to divide the people of Fiji will not be tolerated in Parliament. A strong message given by the President during the opening of a new Parliament session this afternoon. Major General retired Tiochi Kondrote says in the lead-up to the 2018 election, some parties and politicians failed to adhere to his warnings. Kelly Vadala reports.
In his opening address, President Tiochi Kondrote reminded the parliamentarians of their roles and what Fijians expect from them.
I'm here today to tell you that fear-mongering, communalism and that hateful style of politics must end this very moment, because that backward way of thinking has no place in this august House. All of you have sworn solemn oaths or affirmed your allegiance to defend our democracy. You have sworn to protect our Constitution, the very document that allows you to come into this Parliament and grants you the privilege of speaking on behalf of our citizens.
The President also touched on the 1987 and 2000 events which affected the lives of many Fijians.
Those traumatic and destructive events in our past can never be repeated, but they must also never be forgotten, because we risk repeating our history should we ever make the fatal mistake of moving forward while disregarding the lessons of our past.
Kondrote reminded the MPs that they represent Fijians and their interest.
I see tried and tested debaters, and I see passionate politicians. I can envision the ideas, laws and policies yet undeliberated. And I'm deeply proud to see more women represented in this august House as well. But most importantly, when I look out on this honorable gathering, I see Fiji, and I see the Fijian people.
The members of the House will deliver their maiden speech from tomorrow. Kelly Vadala, FBC News.
Women empowerment is evident in this year's Parliament with the re-election of Dr. Chico Luveni as Speaker of Parliament. Dr. Luveni says this is a huge milestone as members of Parliament have faith in women to hold decision-making roles in the House. Anna Ravulo reports.
A proud moment for Dr. Chico Luveni as she extends her service in Parliament for another 4 years.
I feel very proud that I still have the trust and faith of members of Parliament to elect me to serve another term as a Speaker. And as usual, I will try to do the best that I can.
Prior to the outcome of the votes this morning, Dr. Luveni had a tingly feeling that she would retain her position.
I guess so. I cannot deny that. But from the vibes, hearing from members of Parliament, I expected that when the Fiji First Party wins, then they could elect me again to be Speaker.
Dr. Luveni won majority with 27 votes, while Tanya Wanganaika had 24 votes. Meanwhile, Assistant Minister for Women Vina Bhatnagar has been appointed Deputy Speaker. Anna Ravulo, FBC News.
After 31 years, Sadelpa leader Sitiveni Rambuka has re-entered the same parliament room he took over in 1987, but this time as an opposition leader. Rambuka was a proud man after the first parliament sitting this morning, and he's happy to be given a chance again through a democratic process. Ali Kimbia with the story.
Coming out of Parliament this morning, it was like a walk down memory lane for opposition leader Sitiveni Rambuka.
A different house, but very fond memories. And a lot of respect.
That transpired, Rambuka was a happy man today after attending to his first parliament sitting after 31 years.
Honored to be elected leader of the opposition. I have a grand team behind me, and we can do justice to the role of the opposition.
Opposition MP Mosesian Bulitavu says Rambuka's return to parliament is a big boost for the opposition side.
Well, today, if you heard his voice, quite authority. When he spoke today, that everybody listened. I think he comes in with the maturity, also being a very senior member of parliament and ex-prime minister.
Rambuka says he is looking forward to debate on policies against the current government. Ali Kimbia, FBC News.
Parliament saw its first disagreement between MPs today, with many opinions thrown on the floor regarding the adoption of the standing orders. Unable to see eye to eye, a starting many MPs did not want on the first day of the next 4 years. Rachel Nath reports the motion was passed with 26 votes.
Opposition leader Sitiveni Rambuka objected the motion, claiming they're not comfortable with its content.
We said this morning in our oath that we will defend the rights of the people. One feature of the standing order being presented for us to adopt is the absence of the right of the people to present petitions.
The majority they enjoy today is only 147 votes. 147 votes, unlike 2014 to 2018. So I'd like the procedures of this parliament to reflect the way the powers was given to you.
Government responded to their concerns.
Immediately following the first sitting of Parliament, after each election, the Standing Orders Committee shall be automatically convened to review the standing orders. There is. Then why the motion? Madam Speaker, let's get facts right. Let's get facts right. We expect a lot of change from the opposition, Madam Speaker, in this next sitting of Parliament.
It is obtuse to actually even suggest it, even recommend by the leader of opposition to make such a proposition.
Under the law, the Standing Orders Committee will reconvene to review the standing orders and report back to Parliament in 14 days. Rachel Nath, FBC News.
It's a family affair in this year's Parliament, as for the first time a father and son are both sitting on the opposition side. Ratu Naingama and his son Ratu Tonio Lalambalavu were not sure if they'll both make it to Parliament, as both were hoping to get a seat each. Anna Ravulo reports.
It's not every day that a father and a son both get seats in Parliament. However, it's a different story for Ratu Naingama Lalambalavu and his son Ratu Atonio Lalambalavu.
Just have to thank the Lord for it. Never in our wildest dream, but it happened. Just have to thank the Lord for it. People have spoken, and not only one, but two of us are in. And though it's a milestone, it's unreal. I can't say much because it's the first time it's happened. I'll just treat him like he's my father. I like to be at home, and mentor as well.
The younger Lalambalavu says he was confident of getting a seat in Parliament and is ready to question his seniors of what is expected of them in the House.
What's it like, Parliament? The debates, how it is done, issues being raised. Those are some of the questions I ask him.
He's taking it in a more diplomatic way. Sit, listen, observe, then you ask questions.
Ratu Antonio in this case had more votes than his father, bagging 5,016 votes, while Ratu Naingama secured 2,165 votes in the 2018 election. Anna Ravulo, FBC News.
Opposition MP Moses Mbulitavu never thought he would make it to Parliament again. Speaking to FBC News following the swearing-in, Mbulitavu thanked the people who voted him in. Mbulitavu, who was charged with sedition, was acquitted by the High Court earlier this year.
According to the measure of my faith, given the difficulties I faced from human perspective, the one thought I will come back. But I think God has a purpose for me. That's why I've come back into Parliament, and I thank God for that.
Still to come, conference participants discuss financial inclusion and Vakarisi acquitted of arson and assault charges. Details after the break.
Bula na vango malakay leloma ngongai nakas ondo magrong ng Bula FM namban dua na sere.
Hoya ubasit sai lambasa ya ondo talita na warong ng Bula FM namban dua na sere.
Gua do tumeli ako na tao no hinga toka talita kina na warong ng Bula FM namban dua na sere.
Wana tunga ng Bula FM namban dua na sere naman.
Na vengo fani na tau nengo singatoka kita ndo talita kana Bula FM namba 2 ena sere.
Bula FM namba 2 ena sere.
The Reserve Bank, together with the government, has introduced various programs to support climate change mitigation, adaptation and resilience in the country. This was highlighted by Governor Arif Ali while opening the conference on green financial inclusion in Nandi today. Ali told participants from various parts of the world that one of the programs include the establishment of the RBF Natural Disaster Rehabilitation Facility. This is to assist businesses and households affected by tropical cyclones, floods and natural disasters. We now join our West reporter Felipe Naikaso, who will tell us more about the various climate change mitigation programs introduced by the Reserve Bank.
Yes, Jackie, that's absolutely correct. The Reserve Bank of Fiji strongly believes in supporting Fijians that are affected by climatic events. And they have indicated that in those programs that they have just talked about. I also have with me here the RBF Deputy Governor, Mr. Esala Masitambua, who will tell us more about these programs. Mr. Masitambua, the reason for RBF introducing these programs, and how do you think Fijians affected can benefit from it?
Thank you, Felipe. Broadly, what financial inclusion programs and climate change have in common is their impact on the vulnerable sectors of society. Climate change, we all know, affects the vulnerable disproportionately or relatively more adversely. At the same time, financial inclusion has been known to contribute towards the inclusiveness of economic growth and also improve the livelihoods and welfare of those very same sector vulnerable in our society. So we are here in Nandi with regulators from all over the world, with private sector and with experts. And we are discussing how we can strengthen policy solutions in this space. The aim is to secure the development gains we have made so far, and also to continue to enhance the resilience of our communities.
Mr. Mastambo, thank you very much for your time.
Naka.
The first ever conference on smart policies for green financial inclusion, which will also focus on climate change, is underway in Nandi. The objective of the conference is to discuss specific actions that members can take to address financial inclusion and climate change issues. Felipe Naikaso has more.
Financial inclusion has made significant inroads in many countries, including Fiji, and today 80% of adults have access to financial products and services.
Are looking into regulatory and policy responses towards challenges of climate change through the angle of financial inclusion. So in other words, we are asking ourselves, what can financial inclusion do to mitigate risks from climate change?
With climate change being the topic of discussions for island states, the participants are eager to learn more.
So this is our opportunity for us who have not come across maybe these issues to learn more how and what makes them to come up with this strategy.
This also provided an opportunity for stakeholders to meet and discuss the importance of insurance post-natural disasters.
We at the Sugar Fund are looking at that. At the moment, we are talking to World Bank and Fiji Care Insurance to come up with the conceptual framework of insurance.
These participants from around the world will also come up with a Nandi Action Plan, which will include solutions that will need to be followed. Felipe Naikaso, FBC News.
Geographical information systems and remote sensing tools can help the Pacific Islands in its effort to strengthen climate change resilience. Permanent Secretary for Lands and Mineral Resources Malakai Finau elaborated on this while speaking at the Pacific Geographical Information Systems and Remote Sensing Annual Conference in Suva today. Kritika Kumar reports.
GIS and remote sensing systems have assisted in the distribution of information and identifying challenged areas in the country.
That the private sector in our own Pacific countries can become as invested in this annual regional meeting, because the private sector is the engine of economic growth in any country.
Malakai Finau says these tools also guide the planning and implementation of natural resource management.
It is our national forum for GIS and remote sensing experts, and our team always enjoys available synergy from this conference to our national ones and vice versa.
The Geoscience, Energy and Maritime Director welcomed the government's support for the initiative.
Geographic information systems are used every day
by governments and the private sector from Palau and Fiji to make decisions that improve the lives of Pacific people.
The 5-day conference will end on Friday. Kritika Kumar, FBC News.
29-year-old Chone Vakarisi, who allegedly set fire to a house in Kinoya Nasinu over a missing dog, was acquitted by the Suva High Court this afternoon. Vakarisi was charged with 1 count of arson and 1 count of assault causing actual bodily harm. Pranita Prakash has more.
The Suva High Court judge agreed with the unanimous opinion of the 3 assessors and found Vakarisi not guilty of 1 count of arson and 1 count of assault causing actual bodily harm. It was alleged that in September last year, Vakarisi set fire to a house in Kinoya Nasinu and assaulted a person over a missing dog. The High Court judge said the first prosecution witness was not credible. The first witness had testified that he knew Vakarisi since 2004 as they worked together, and Vakarisi used to buy marijuana from him. The judge noted that during that time, Vakarisi was in year 10. The judge also said there is no mention of the missing dog in the police statement by the first witness. Meanwhile, following the judgment, the High Court judge told the prosecutor that further investigation is needed in this case as the witness gave different statements. The judge said the evidence given by the first witness is different from the police statement. The prosecutor was told not to take police investigation for granted. Pranita Prakash, FBC News.
The trial for the Australian couple who allegedly imported cocaine, methamphetamine and arms and ammunition will begin in January. Yvette and John Nikolic were charged after drugs, arms and ammunition were found on their yacht in June in Denarau, Nandi. The couple is jointly charged with 1 count of possession of illicit drugs and 1 count of failure to declare arms and ammunition to a customs officer, while John is additionally charged with 1 count of unlawful importation of illicit drugs. The prosecution today informed the High Court that they will be calling in 7 witnesses, while the defence has 2 witnesses. Both have been remanded in custody. Coming up in sports later with Jamie, Lomani makes it to the Barbarian squad for Sunday's clash against Argentina, but Rachel joins you now with business.
Thanks, Jackie. Good evening, and coming up after the in Fiji, final changes to the Suva City Centre plan to begin next Monday. Stay with us.
I love listening to Gold FM here in Nosuri. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Dino. I'm from Outrigger, Koroko, Singatoka. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Salote. I love listening to Gold FM here in Nosuri. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Bula, my name is Marida. Gold FM plays the best classics here in Outrigger, Singatoka.
Gold FM, only the classic.
Leading business tonight, Pacific export businesses will soon be able to market their products on Australian Amazon, allowing Fijian-made products to become more accessible. Businesses in the region are often in competition with Asian markets due to the higher trade cost. However, platforms like Amazon Marketplace aims to lower the entry barriers. This initiative is being spearheaded by the Pacific Trade Invest Australia.
Private sector companies can get onto the Amazon Australia marketplace and be able to generate export sales via online model. The traditional model where you sell to a distributor who sells to a retailer, they're bypassing that and going straight to the consumer. So closer relationships with consumers.
Fijian exports.
And Amazon's got 11 marketplaces around the world, so by getting on Amazon Australia, it's a great learning experience to be able to build up some knowledge and then be able to translate that to other Amazon marketplaces such as the US, which is the biggest one.
The Fiji Export Council has welcomed the initiative.
Commerce is new and it's in the approach. It's a way forward in terms of, especially for SMEs. You know, rather than carrying high overheads in terms of advertising, and you know, they have online options, and you know, basically trading online.
And we now join Sharon from HFC Bank with the latest from the stock market.
Let's have a quick look at the trading on the South Pacific Stock Exchange for last week. 8 of the listed stocks recorded market activities, noting various share price movements. Amalgamated Telecom Holdings shares recorded a 1 cent growth to close the week at $3.16. Fiji Insurance shares were up by 5 cents to close at $1.55, RB Patel Group shares improved by 15 cents to end the week at $5.20. The Rice Company of Fiji shares went up to $5.10, noting a 10 cents rise. And Fijian Holding shares went up by 15 cents and ended the week at $7.45. Following these price movements, the overall market capitalization increased by 0.40% and ended the week at $2.84 billion. And that's the latest from our local stock market. Vinaka.
Thanks, Sharon. On to the exchange rates as it was set this morning for the start of the week. The Fiji dollar had a mixed start today. It rose against the Japanese yen, the Australian dollar, the Kiwi dollar, as well as the euro. As for the commodities market, it was dropped all across. The price of oil dropped to close at $50.42 per barrel. Gold dropped to close at $1,222 per ounce, and silver was at $14.24 an ounce. And in Growing Fiji tonight, a one-way traffic management system will be put in place on Randwick Road in Suva from next Monday. Fiji Roads Authority General Manager Central, Aram Gore, says the new layout will consist of 2 one-way lanes from Central Street. Gore says this is part of the final changes to the Suva City layout plan to address the traffic issues, parking demands and the safety needs of the higher pedestrian volumes. He adds the changes include Allery Street intersection on the Renwick Road, Pier Street and Thompson Street. An additional lane will be provided at Edward Street traffic light to further ease the congestion experience at Renwick Road Junction. The changes aims to relieve traffic queues that have existed in the bottleneck turn-off from Thompson Street. And that's business for tonight. Jamie joins you now with sport.
Hi, I'm Jyotishma. I'm from Singatoka. I love listening to Mirchi FM. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM is #1.
I'm Charlene Robert. Mirchi FM rocks in Lambasa.
I'm Soname Nasori Jackson. Mirchi FM is hot.
My name is Raymond Dutt. I'm in Baba Singh Alliance. Mirchi FM is hot in Lambasa.
I'm Pritika from Jax Nasori. I love listening to Mirchi FM here in Nasori. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
Fiji has reached the Dubai Sevens final 9 times since 1999, but has only managed to win the tournament twice. And while the first title on the World Series has proved evasive over the years, Coach Gareth Baber hopes that with the extra effort placed in the pre-season, the national side will be able to rewrite the script this year. Meli Tavanga with more.
We're aware of what we need to do in those games to get our results. Whatever happens in the other pools then, is the crossover, and then we'll look at that when it comes. But essentially it's, as I say, getting ourselves in the right mental state and frame to go and play those games and not taking anybody lightly, and ensuring that we deliver what we need to for Fiji over the next 4 or 5 days, so that when you get towards tournament time, you're really ready to go, and that's where we want to be at.
The Fijian side last won in Dubai in the 2014-2015 series. Fiji's in Pool B with Kenya, Scotland and France this weekend. They opened their campaign against France on Friday at 7 p.m, followed by Scotland at 10 p.m. and Kenya at 4 a.m. on Saturday. Meli Tavanga, FBC Sports.
Fiji-born scrum half Frank Lomani has been included in the Barbarian squad for a match against Argentina this weekend. The Madhuwata Rugby Union will field 3 teams in the first ever National Women's Age Grade Provincial Sevens Championship next month. The championship is an initiative of the Fiji Rugby Union in partnership with the Oceania Rugby and UN Women to promote gender equality in the sport. Eleanor Turangavu caught up with the Madhuwata teams at training and filed this report.
These young enthusiasts have a good reason to be excited. They are part of the first batch of young women that will be taking part in the inaugural National Women's Age Grade Provincial Sevens Championship in Nandi next month.
Great and exciting.
Is this something you've always wanted to do, or?
Yes, madam. Whenever I want to grow up, I want to be a sportswoman.
These young women were selected following a trial 2 weeks ago, and they consist of secondary school students from around Lambasa.
I've been playing for some times for secondary challenge in first
we went for the games in Sengkanga. I just tried from there. Then after that, then I heard the trials going on here. Then I just took a challenge to come and take part.
Madhwata will be fielding 3 teams, the under-15 for tag rugby and under-17 and 9 for contact rugby sevens. For 17-year-old Josephine Maria, this might just be the break she needs to make it big.
I've been trying on my best to take part in to wear the white jersey for Fiji.
The National Women's Age Grade Provincial Sevens Championship will be held in Nandi on the 12th of December. Eleanor Turangai, FBC Sports.
Former Fiji Airways captain Jerry Tuwai has missed out on the World Rugby Sevens Player of the Year award. The Flying Fijians weren't the only Fijians doing damage in France over the weekend. Fiji-born French international Virimi Vakatawa was also in outstanding form in the top 14 rugby competition. Vakatawa scoring 2 vital tries for Racing 92 in their 24-23 win over Grenoble yesterday.
Looking at other games, Bodo Bagle beat Toulon 35-25. USA Pepignan lost to Castres 12-16. Toulouse won against Palos 15-13. Montpellier defeated Agen 18-15. And Clermont hammered Lyon 31-11, while La Rochelle beat Stade Francais 14 points to 12. Melita Vanga, FBC Sports.
Fiji will play Papua New Guinea in the semi-final of the OFC Women's Nations Cup underway in New Caledonia. In today's Play of the Day, Kevin Durant showing the Golden State Warriors why they need him. With Golden Boy Stephen Curry still out with injury, Durant dug deep to carry the Warriors to a 117-116 victory over the Kings at Oracle Arena. Durant led the charge with 44 points, 13 rebounds, 7 assists and 2 blocks, including this one over Sacramento forward Nemanja Bjelica. That's it from Sports Tonight. Kelly joins you with weather later on, and in new media, Macy's teams up with Facebook to bring new brands to pop-up shops. That's coming up.
Narang golesenya, awama kita nakas, dorong-rong bin nakape, na radio Fijian, nandomi.
Ayaw benyana, kita barong na radio Fijian, nandomi wisi, hingatoka.
Guelo ilaisa hingatoka, rong-rong bin na heramakawa na radio Fijian hingatoka.
Radio Fijian, nandomi viti.
It's weather time now with Kelly.
Taking a look at the weather, a weak trough of low pressure remains slow-moving over the eastern parts of the group. In the west, partly sunny, humid, and afternoon thunderstorm. Eastwards from Peck Harbour to Suva, sunny and humid conditions with brief showers in the afternoon. And up north, clouds and sunshine, a couple of showers in the afternoon. At sea, moderate northeast winds, moderate seas. The next high tide is at 9:45 p.m. followed by low tide at 4:17 tomorrow morning. Sunrise is at 6:21. Looking at tomorrow, cloudy periods with some showers and few thunderstorms over Lau and Lomaiviti group, the eastern parts and interior of larger islands. Elsewhere, fine apart from afternoon or evening showers and possible thunderstorms, isolated heavy falls likely. And looking ahead to Wednesday, some showers with isolated thunderstorms over the eastern parts and interior of larger islands. Elsewhere, mainly fine. And that's it from the Weather World, Jackie.
Thanks so much for that, Kelly. In Fiji Pulse tonight, we asked, do you think John McKee has found his starting combination for next year's Rugby World Cup?
Yes, I think he's found his starting lineup. That's because that lineup has a lot of young, talented players with a mixture of old veteran players.
I think definitely he has found, and it would be great to see this team progress further and produce results as such.
Well, after the performance against France, I believe the Fiji squad is, yes, John McKee has a very good set of players for the Rugby World Cup in 2019.
The boys have spent more time together in camp during their November test, and I think we should expect improvement from them, and especially in next year's World Cup.
I believe Mickey should
retain this squad for next year's World Cup. For me, I haven't seen Fiji beaten any Tier 1 team in any of their games, but to witness it yesterday was something special to me.
Yeah, I guess he's found the right team. He's the coach, so I guess all we can do now is just trust him and let him do his job. Just put our faith in him and the team.
I think we have a right caliber of players. They all experienced players. Take for example our wingers who are doing very well.
Recapping the main stories for tonight, President sends strong message to MPs. Dr. Chico Loveni reappointed Speaker of the House and Rumbuka back in Parliament after 31 years. Now for these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. To our poll question segment, last week we had asked, was the 2018 election campaign riddled with race and religious attacks? 74% said yes. This week we're asking, do you think John McKee has found his starting combination for next year's Rugby World Cup? Visit our FBC website to answer. Before we go, our shot of the day taken at Wainiaku Estate in Taveuni, the Garden Island of Fiji, sent in by Philomena. Remember, you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. You can also follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply hashtag FBC News. That was your FBC News for tonight. From the team and I, stay safe. Good night.
मैं नवनीत नंद नंबुआ से जैसे प्रेनी नोट मशहूर है वैसे रेडियो फिजी 2 भी सभी जगह मशहूर है। रेडियो फिजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
सीमा नकाशी से मैं रेडियो फिजी 2 पसंद करती हूँ सुनने के लिए। रेडियो फिजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
मैं हूँ अंकल किंग सिंगाटोका टाउन के टैक्सी ड्राइवर। जैसे रग्बी फेमस है वैसे रेडियो फिजी 2 फेमस है।
रेडियो फिजी 2 देश की धड़कन।